Have you ever stood in front of the meat section, overwhelmed by the endless rows of steaks, each promising to be the perfect choice? You're not alone. Here's a surprising truth. Not all steaks are created equal, and grabbing the first one that looks decent could be the difference between a mouthwatering masterpiece and a chewy regret. The stakes are high, especially when your diet revolves around meat as your primary fuel. Now, here's the kicker. Picking the right steak isn't just about taste. It's about optimizing your health, energy, and overall performance. What if I told you that mastering this one simple skill could transform your entire carnivore journey? Imagine never second-guessing your choice again and walking out of the store confident that you've picked a cut that delivers on every front: marbling, thickness, fat, and flavor. The world of steak selection can seem overwhelming, but it's a skill worth mastering. Picking the right cut isn't just about taste, it's about fueling your body with the nutrition it craves. A well-chosen steak can be the cornerstone of a successful carnivore diet, delivering the perfect balance of protein, fat, and essential nutrients. And let's be honest, who doesn't want a juicy steak that melts in your mouth? High-quality meat does more than satisfy your appetite. It enhances your overall health and performance. Imagine sinking your teeth into a ribeye with beautiful marbling. It's not just delicious, it's packed with energy and sustenance to power you through the day. On the flip side, a poorly chosen cut could leave you feeling unsatisfied and questioning your commitment to the diet. That's a mistake we can avoid together. Choosing the right steak is about more than flavor. It's about making choices that align with your goals. Whether you're seeking better energy, improved performance, or simply a satisfying meal, the quality of your steak plays a crucial role. And if you're standing in front of the meat counter wondering where to start, don't worry. We'll break it down step by step. Want to take a bigger bite out of the carnivore lifestyle? Meet me here. Grab your notes and hit subscribe for all the essentials. When you step into the steak aisle, you're met with a lineup of choices: ribeye, sirloin, New York strip, and filet mignon, just to name a few. Each cut has its own character. Take the ribeye, for instance, known for its rich marbling and bold flavor. It's perfect for those who want a steak that's both juicy and satisfying. Meanwhile, the filet mignon is a leaner option with unmatched tenderness, ideal for a more refined palate. Now, let's talk fat content. A sirloin offers a balance between leanness and flavor, making it a versatile choice for beginners. On the other hand, the NY strip is a crowd favorite for its hearty bite and moderate fat cap. Understanding these differences helps you match the steak to your personal preferences, whether you're craving something indulgent or aiming for a leaner meal. For those new to the carnivore diet, the ribeye is often the gateway steak. Its marbling not only enhances flavor, but also ensures a forgiving cook, even for first-timers. But don't shy away from experimenting. Every cut has its moment to shine. Ready to refine your steak picking skills? Let's move on to the key factors that make each steak a standout. When it comes to picking the perfect steak, there are a few non-negotiables, and marbling tops the list. Those delicate white streaks of fat interwoven within the meat aren't just there for looks, they're the secret to a juicy, flavorful steak. The more marbling, the richer the flavor and the better the texture. Think of it as nature's way of adding a buttery richness that melts in your mouth. But marbling isn't the only player in this game. Thickness plays a huge role in how your steak cooks. A steak that's at least 1 inch thick gives you room to achieve that perfect sear, while keeping the inside tender and juicy. Anything thinner, and you risk overcooking it in mere seconds, leaving you with a dry, chewy disappointment. The right thickness ensures you can nail the desired doneness every time. Lastly, don't overlook the grade and quality of your steak. Whether it's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, each grade tells a story about the meat's marbling and tenderness. Prime, with its superior marbling, is the gold standard for steak lovers. But don't discount Choice or Select. They can still deliver fantastic results, especially if you're mindful of cooking techniques. Curious about how to spot these qualities in the store? Let's dig into some practical tips next. When you're standing at the meat counter, freshness is your best friend. For non-vacuum sealed meat, look for a vibrant red color. This bright hue signals that the steak has been well oxygenated and is ready to deliver that fresh, savory flavor. However, don't be alarmed by darker shades if the meat is vacuum sealed or wet aged. These cuts often look purplish or brownish, but spring back to life once exposed to air. Next, trust your nose. A high-quality steak should have a clean, neutral scent. If it smells sour or gives off an ammonia-like odor, it's time to move on. Freshness is about more than just looks. Your senses play a critical role in identifying a steak worth buying. Don't hesitate to give it a quick sniff if you're unsure. Your nose rarely lies. Finally, take a closer look at the packaging. Vacuum-sealed meat should be tightly packed with minimal liquid pooling at the bottom. Loose or damaged packaging is a red flag as it compromises freshness. Once you've mastered these simple checks, choosing a steak that's both fresh and flavorful becomes second nature. Looking to chew over more carnivore tips? Meet me here, and don't miss out on a single bite. Subscribe now. Vacuum-sealed meats might not catch your eye at first glance, but don't let their darker color fool you. This hue, often a deep purplish or brownish shade, is simply the result of oxygen deprivation. Once you open the packaging and let the steak breathe for 10 to 15 minutes, it'll return to that familiar, appetizing red. This transformation is your cue that the steak is as fresh as promised. But there's more to these cuts than meets the eye. Enter the world of aging. Wet-aged steaks, typically vacuum-sealed, undergo a natural tenderizing process where enzymes break down the muscle fibers over time. The result? A steak that's more tender, with enhanced depth of flavor. Dry-aged steaks, on the other hand, are a completely different story. These cuts are aged in a controlled environment, where moisture is gradually drawn out, and natural enzymes tenderize the meat over several weeks. The result? An intense, nutty, and concentrated flavor that's prized by steak enthusiasts. Now that you know how to handle these unique cuts, let's talk about maximizing your steak experience while staying within budget. Eating like a king doesn't have to mean spending like one. With a little strategy, you can enjoy premium steaks without breaking the bank. Start by keeping an eye on sales. Grocery stores often rotate discounts on high-quality cuts like ribeye or NY strip. Stock up when prices dip, and you'll have a freezer full of top-tier steaks ready to go. Another trick is exploring lesser-known cuts that offer incredible value. Ever tried a chuck eye or flat iron? These hidden gems pack a punch in flavor and tenderness, but come at a fraction of the price of more popular cuts. They're perfect for grilling or pan searing and can easily rival their more expensive counterparts in taste. Lastly, consider buying in bulk. If you have a local butcher, ask about deals on larger portions or bundles. Not only will this save you money, but it also gives you the chance to request custom cuts to suit your preferences. Now that your budget's covered, let's simplify steak selection with a foolproof system: the 3-steak rule. When in doubt, stick to the basics with the 3-steak rule: marbling, thickness, and fat. First up, marbling, the white streaks of fat running through the meat. More marbling means more flavor and juiciness. So look for cuts that have a nice balance of fat interwoven with the muscle. It's the key to a steak that practically melts in your mouth. Next, check the thickness. A good steak should be at least 1 inch thick. Why? Because thicker cuts cook more evenly and give you that perfect sear without sacrificing the juicy center. Thin steaks, on the other hand, are much easier to overcook, leaving you with a dry, disappointing meal. Thickness ensures that every bite is as tender and flavorful as the first. Finally, let's talk about fat distribution. Fat isn't just about flavor, it's also your primary energy source on the carnivore diet. Look for steaks with well-distributed fat that promises a rich, satisfying experience. With this simple 3-step system, you'll always walk away with a winner. So, are you ready to elevate your steak game? You now have the tools to walk into any grocery store and confidently pick the perfect cut. But here's the real challenge. Will you actually use this knowledge? Next time you're at the meat counter, take a moment to inspect the marbling, measure the thickness, and evaluate the fat distribution. Trust your instincts and remember, the right steak can transform your meal and your health. What's stopping you from making the best choice today? Drop a comment below and let us know what cut you're excited to try next. And hey, if you're feeling inspired, why not share your steak picking success stories with us? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more tips to master the carnivore lifestyle. Are you curious about how to simplify your meals and embrace the benefits of the carnivore diet? Check out our latest video on the top 7 go-to carnivore foods for beginners. Discover delicious recipes and tips that will make your transition effortless and enjoyable. Don't miss out on the flavorful journey ahead.